4 inches. That's all that stands between these fishermen and guaranteed hypothermia. A thin layer of good, solid ice is what they need on a cold day like today. Solid ice and a bit of patience. The auger drills a good-sized hole, and then the waiting begins. This may not sound like your idea of excitement, but for these men and women, huddled on the ice of Yuba Reservoir, there is nowhere they would rather be than right here.
I love ice fishing, and it is possible to stay warm, so it's always a lot of fun putting that jig down in the hole. You never know what you're going to catch.
I like the thrill of catching a fish and reeling it in, and it's relaxing.
It's only my second time ice fishing, so.
And what do you think of it?
Pretty fun. It's a blast.
The 22-mile-long Yuba Reservoir hugs the mountains just south of Nephi, Utah, off of I-15, and is the largest impound of water along the Sevier River. At an elevation of over 5,100 feet, the lake feels the bite of Utah's winter, as ripples in the water become sheets of solid ice, at times over a foot thick. In mid-February, there isn't much else to do on Utah's reservoirs except ice fish. But come mid-April, the picture is altogether different. Yuba has a depth of only about 80 feet, and the waters are warm during the spring and summer, with waves and sandy beaches that accommodate campers, water skiers, and of course fishermen. 2 launch ramps, one on each side of the lake, make summer access easy, while new accommodations have added to the overall experience of a day on Yuba.
It's really had a lot of improvements made to this area over the last years. There's a state park over on the I-15 side, and they have several campsites, showers, and a lot of other facilities which are very nice. And on the BLM side, or the Painted Rock side where we're at today, they have 41 new campsites. So they've really done a lot of improvements here, so it's a great place to come visit.
Summer recreation isn't on the minds of these sportsmen and women this brisk morning. Though the new campsites and pavilions are close at hand, they stand unused as anglers trek to the middle of the ice to enjoy their favorite winter sport. Higher limits, recently instituted, have hooked fishermen and made Yuba enticing bait as the ice fishing hotspot.
When we opened up this to fishing on January 1st, some of the anglers were reporting being done, getting their 10 fish within a half hour. We have some pretty chunky rainbow trout we've stocked here, and we've stocked many perch. And some of those perch get up to about 12 or 13 inches.
Just kind of sit there, drop it down, and wait for them to bite.
As ice fishing has grown in popularity over the past few years, the demographic of anglers has changed as well. Where once a small group of retired men would sit alone on the ice, now women, entire families, are discovering the joy of a simple winter fishing trip.
I think that more women ought to take up ice fishing because it's very peaceful. And if you and your husband can go out fishing together, it's a good way to bond. And it really helps the marriage out a little bit as well. I enjoy it a lot.
For families, there's less talking time, it seems like, because everybody's so busy. So I think that's one of the good aspects of going fishing as a family. Kids under the age of 12, they don't need a fishing license. And the fish that they catch, they don't have to come off your limit. They can catch a lot of fish and have a lot of fun.
A layer of ice certainly changes a lake, both aesthetically and recreationally. As anglers pull perch out of the frigid water one after the other and enjoy a moment of peace together, they are reminded this experience won't be possible in a few short months. It's cold and snowy, with a bit of breeze blowing through, but our friends are in no rush to leave the ice. In fact, they're always saving room for another ice fisher and another pole.
Just come out and try it. Go get yourself a hand auger and drill a hole and just give it a shot.
It's relaxing to sit out here and take in the fresh air, get away from the smog. It's just very peaceful.
For At Your Leisure, I'm Stephen Heumann.